7 years ago, I decided to sell almost everything that I have. It's an incredibly freeing feeling. I never liked the system that we live in. Even when I was 10 years old, I thought that I would never have a job and assumed that I would end up being homeless. I never took school serious and only played around. Now, literally all that I own is in this backpack. I have my laptop, charger, cameras, power bank, a few cables, and some clothes. That's about it. In nature, I would have weapons and other tools that I would use for survival. Now I have these modern tools that I use to survive in this modern man-made system. I put own in quotes because I don't actually own any of it. I could put my man-made name in this man-made language on everything that's inside of there, but it would still be impossible for me as an animal to own any of it because owning is a man-made belief. It doesn't exist. That's why the more stuff you buy, the emptier your life gets. A lot of people nowadays talk about the phrase, you will own nothing and be happy. A large part of you seem to misunderstand what it is referring to. What they're saying is that in the future you will have to rent out all of your meaningless stuff instead of buying it. But that's essentially already the system that we live in. It varies from country to country, but in most countries, when you buy a property or land, you actually simply rent it out from the government. This is exactly why they can tell you what you are allowed to do on your own land. This system will simply expand even further. People misunderstand it and believe that they will not be allowed to own a lot of stuff, but in actuality, the government wants you to rent out apartments and houses from them. They want you to buy the latest phones, computers, pets instead of children, paintings to decorate your cage, furniture. Every new thing that you buy is just another chain you put around yourself so that you can never leave the system. Don't get me wrong, building or having your own shelter in itself is obviously natural, but renting it from your slave masters and having it numbered and registered is a whole different story. That's not how it should be, and there's no fun in that. Besides that, you would usually have to work a lot and earn money to be able to do it, but in nature you don't need to pay or get somebody's permission for it. People nowadays buy cars and other large objects. They sign all kinds of contracts. These are all ways that you bind yourself to your own cage so that you never even think about leaving. That's why all of it doesn't appeal to me very much. Also, if I would try to build something in nature, I could get a very high fine or even imprisonment for it in Europe. And don't even get me started on hunting. If I would kill a small bird in this forest, I could get a 3-year prison sentence. Yet people still ask me, why do you not hunt? It's not up to me. Living naturally is generally forbidden. Of course, the slave consumer parents will also buy all of the latest toys for their children. The girls will get baby dolls, even though all that they want are a baby brother or a sister to take care of. And the boys will be surrounded by superheroes. This is done so that they grow up believing that the police are the good guys, instead of realizing who they actually are, the prison guards. Later on, they will ask you for a smartphone because you got them used to meaningless stuff. Sometimes it will be too expensive, so you will tell them to get a job and pay for it themselves. There you go. You created a consumer slave, working just to buy nothing, really. All that children need are some rocks and sand to play. This will give them way more joy than any man-made toy you could possibly think of. You may believe that you are giving them something, but you're actually only taking away their freedom.
Make 'em see what I dream. Maybe I'm gone.